In this video I have quite rare device Yamaha MT44, which is a multi-track cassette recorder. It can record 4 separate inputs to one cassette and do many other tricks, but still can be used as basic cassette player if normal pre-recorded cassette is inserted. Quick warning, quite a lot of stuff needs to be removed to get access to the belts, but this device is looking more complicated than it actually is. First, top cover out, then bottom cover out, and these screws from the bottom side are holding the vertical PCBs. Only 4 out of 5 PCBs needs to be removed, so these screws are removed and then the PCBs can be lifted out. Make sure to mark PCBs so that these are going back in right order, because each PCB is for each channel. And side note here, if you struggle with uneven rec levels, change all the electrolytic capacitors from these 4 vertical PCBs and then readjust the levels with the trimmers on top of the PCBs. But yeah, back to the main topic. PCBs are now out of the way. Then the motor is mounted to this plate, and that plate needs to be removed to change the belt. Just 3 screws out, tilt the motor plate, and belt is removed. Then behind the flywheel, this mechanism with rubber wheels is removed. 2 metal clips are removed here, and this subassembly is carefully lifted up. Smaller part is separately installed below that. Then rubber rings can be twisted out from the wheels and replaced. Be careful with the tools, because old plastic parts can become fragile and may crack if sharp tool is pressed against it. And because new rubber rings with this specific size were really hard to find, and these old ones are in quite good shape, this time I revived the old ones with the brake fluid to add flexibility to the rings. I may do some separate video about that method later, but basically I just sanded the surface, soaked the rings in brake fluid overnight, and then carefully cleaning before installing. Then rings are twisted back on and everything back in reverse order from this area. And make sure that this small tab is fitted to the slot of the subassembly. This tab allows solenoids to move the subassembly when rewind or fast forward is pressed. Really important feature, but easy to miss during the installation, because you can't see that very well. Then new flat belt and motor plate back on. And after that, vertical PCBs can be reinstalled. So now everything is back together in this area. We can move to the counter belt. This needs to be changed from the other side of the mechanics. Remove the plate behind the cassette area and then new belt can be fed through the side hole. And while working here, also pinch wheel is easy to replace or revive if needed. And of course, tape heads can be cleaned and demagnetized. Finally, some lubrication to the moving parts. Rest of the parts back in reverse order and you're all set.